Well, Erin Frank from Horizon Health in Paris, Illinois, joining us today. So glad to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Horizon Health celebrating Paris Community's hospital in a very big way. You guys turning 50 years old. So tell us a little bit about how your hospital got started.
Yeah, thanks, Dana. On Monday, we'll be celebrating 50 years of the current building, so the hospital where it stands now. November 9th, 1970, the hospital opened its doors, and that's what we're proud to celebrate. They had a campaign that had raised money from all over Edgar County for the 10 years prior, and that's when it all finally came to fruition.
And to commemorate those 50 years, you guys are bearing a time capsule.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the, well, you got some fun things in there and some that are a little serious.
Yeah, for the time capsule, we actually engaged our staff. So we've been working with our leadership team as well as any member of the Horizon Health team to kind of submit ideas. And so some of this has really a lot of historical value, while other pieces of it are a little more for fun. We definitely want people to know, about the COVID experience. So we have some hand sanitizer, we have a thermometer, we have a mask in here. We also have some medical devices. We wanted to mark where we are in history as far as medical technology goes. So there's a diabetes meter. The pumps, the technology for that right now is so cool. Labs sent us some stuff up. We have some examples of what a patient chart would look like if you printed it. That's weird these days too. And then we have our ambulance here is a little USB drive. So we just restarted that service a couple years ago, and so that has a bunch of information on how and why and who that team's made up of. And then we go all the way to immunization magnets. That might look a little different here in the future. Even to stickers. So will Doc McStuffin still be cool in 50 years?
Well, we hope, right?
Yeah, we hope so.
Well, because of COVID-19, though, Horizon Health not having in-person events for this, but you are providing a way for people to share memories at myhorizonhealth.org. So tell us a little bit about what you would like people to do.
Yeah, we have an anniversary page on our website, or even just our Facebook page. We talk a lot about our anniversary on there too. We've been doing a throwback Thursday every Thursday. Just leave us your memory. If you have any old memorabilia, this is the kind of thing that maybe has been piled up in the corner of the garage for a few years that doesn't have much use to you and your family anymore. We'd love to have that if you don't have any use for it, or just sharing photos even electronically, sharing a memory, any way that you want to engage. Of course, we're trying to fill the void of having an in-person celebration.
And as we see there at the bottom, there is a video. I watched that video. You have a lot of people who maybe grew up in the Paris area that could remember when this big hospital campaign was underway.
Yeah, so 50 years is a long time, but a lot of people outlive 50. So the video is made up of us finding a handful of people who had some connection. So they're either employees, board members, those kinds of things. Some of them still work for us, which is super cool. Others of them do not. But we interviewed them and took those snippets and mixed that in with a timeline element. So we are marking the key milestones in our last 50 years.
Yeah, that is worth watching. Let's talk about those, some of the changes at Paris Community Hospital over the years and Horizon Health. Just recently, you all added a new rehab center. It's beautiful.
Yes, thank you. It's a state-of-the-art rehab facility that has, when you're talking about rehabilitation services as far as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, cardiac rehab, pulmonary rehab, pediatric specialists. They do special things like dry needling and massage therapy, and they really do hit the broad spectrum of what any patient would need in that category. So we're really proud of it.
And there's also a new surgical area. It's been expanded. And you have a lot of different surgeons on hand, everything from people who can help you with weight loss surgery to knee replacement. So why was that important for the community?
Yeah, we expanded the outpatient area of our surgery center or surgery department a couple of years ago, and that just really helped us. The more we can keep our patients close to home for that care, the better off our community is, the better off our patients are. And so we've been continuing to add to the breadth of surgical departments, I guess we offer, surgical specialties that we offer. And so that continues to grow as recent as a couple months ago when our spine specialist started.
Yes, and that's a very unique specialty. A lot of hospitals don't have that.
Yes, we're excited.
Yes, I've had the chance to interview a lot of your doctors over the years, your surgeons, and they are very committed to your community, and so glad to be in Paris.
Yeah, they, you know, we try to think of Paris as a little gym, not just Paris, but the surrounding
Yes.
communities too.
You bet.
And so we often people, the physicians that come to us, you know, maybe they were born and raised in a small community, even not necessarily Paris, but they know that's where they want to end up. Other physicians that come to us have decided that they did a stint in the big city, and while that had value to them, they're ready for a change for any number of reasons. So we have been really fortunate over the last 3 to 5 years to do some really serious recruiting and continue to expand the services we offer.
And not just is there the Paris Hospital and the Paris Clinic, but you guys have expanded out into other areas. Can we talk a little bit about the different clinics that you have and why that's important?
Yeah. So we try to talk about our communities versus our community. So we have clinics in Oakland, Illinois, Chrisman, Illinois, Marshall, Illinois is one of the new ones. We have different types of clinics now too. You know, we used to just have primary care representation in these other communities, whereas now the clinic in Marshall is actually, it's called Easy Care. It's actually an urgent care or like a walk-in clinic. So we're just trying to continuously assess the need in our communities and see what we can do to meet that. The ideal situation is that, and the places we want to be are where it's mutual. You know, the community feels like they need a healthcare representation, and it makes sense for us to move in that direction.
Now, Erin, so good to have you today. Now,
thank you.
Because 50th anniversaries, though, are so important, there will be a half-hour show about Horizon Health and Paris Community Hospital right here on WTWO. So I want to show you those show times. The show going to air on the actual 50th anniversary of the hospital, Monday, November 9th at 11:30 in the morning. That is Eastern time, so 10:30 Central time. And then again on Sunday, November 15th at 2 p.m. And that's right here on WTWO. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Dana.
Good seeing you.